Good morning. As the sun rises over the vibrant city of Belém, anticipation fills the air. Today, November 15, 2025, the world's eyes are on Belém, Brazil. This city, nestled at the gateway to the Amazon rainforest, has become the epicenter of global climate action. Belém is hosting the 30th United Nations Climate Change Conference, COP30, where history may be made. Leaders, scientists, and activists from nearly every nation have gathered here to confront the urgent threat of climate change and to assess the world's progress on the Paris Agreement. The Amazon, often called the lungs of the planet, is more than a backdrop. It's a powerful symbol for this summit, reminding everyone of what's at stake. The decisions made here will ripple across continents, shaping the weather we experience, the food we grow, and the air we breathe for generations to come. This year, the summit is marked by a dramatic shift, one that has caught the attention of the world. For the first time, a major power is absent, and another is stepping up to fill the void. The absence of the United States has created a leadership vacuum, leaving many to wonder who will take the reins. China is moving quickly to fill that space, sparking intense debate among diplomats, environmentalists, and activists about the future direction of climate leadership. The world is watching closely, eager to see who will lead the next era of climate diplomacy and what new alliances might emerge. The stakes could not be higher. The future of our planet's delicate balance hangs in the balance, as extreme weather and environmental crises become more frequent. Will this be the turning point where promises finally turn into real, measurable action? The world's youth, scientists, and communities are demanding it. The answers, and perhaps the hope for our future, begin to unfold here in Brazil, at COP30. One of the biggest stories at COP30 is who isn't here, the United States. The absence is striking, especially given the country's long history of shaping global climate policy and its role as one of the world's largest emitters. For the first time, the U.S. has not sent a high-level delegation, breaking with decades of leadership. This decision has sent shockwaves through the international community, raising questions about America's commitment to tackling climate change. The Trump administration withdrew from the Paris Agreement, citing national economic interests. This move marked a dramatic shift in U.S. climate policy, reversing years of progress and international cooperation. White House spokeswoman Taylor Rogers stated, "President Trump will not jeopardize our country's economic and national security for vague climate goals." The administration argues that international agreements put American jobs and industries at risk, and that the U.S. should prioritize its own economic growth. Critics warn this move could hurt America's competitiveness, especially as other countries, like China, surge ahead in clean energy. China is investing billions in renewables, aiming to dominate the global market and set the pace for innovation. California's Governor Gavin Newsom said, "America is toast competitively if we don't wake up." States like California are pushing forward with ambitious climate goals, but without federal support, their impact is limited on the world stage. Internationally, the U.S. absence is seen as a setback for global unity. Allies and rivals alike are recalibrating their strategies, uncertain about future American engagement. Developing nations worry about losing a key partner in the fight against climate change. Many rely on U.S. funding and technology to meet their own climate targets and now face new challenges. The empty American seat is more than symbolic. It signals a shift in the world order. It raises doubts about who will fill the leadership vacuum and how global cooperation will move forward. Now, the question is, who will lead the global climate effort? Will Europe, China, or a coalition of smaller nations step up to guide the world through this critical moment? As the summit unfolds, the world looks to new leadership, searching for hope and direction in the fight against climate change. As the U.S. steps back, China steps forward, loudly. At COP30, China's massive pavilion stands front and center, matching Brazil's in size and prominence. This is a clear signal. China is ready to lead. Chinese diplomats are more active than ever, building consensus and guiding negotiations. A Brazilian diplomat noted China's key role in setting the summit's agenda before talks even began. Chinese officials now confidently present in English, sharing a vision for global cooperation. China is shifting from participant to leader, filling the void left by the U.S. Li Gao, China's Vice Minister of Ecology, highlights China's role as a champion for the global South. By sharing technology and experience, China is building alliances and strengthening its global position. This new leadership is reshaping the entire conference dynamic. The world is witnessing a new era of climate diplomacy. China's influence is impossible to ignore. China's leadership isn't just diplomatic, it's industrial. The Chinese pavilion buzzes with green tech giants like KTL, the world's largest EV battery maker. KTL's event drew crowds, showcasing batteries that power a third of the world's electric cars. BYD, China's electric auto giant, introduced new plug-in hybrids made in Brazil, transporting delegates around Balaam. This isn't just about exporting tech, it's about investing in local economies. State Grid Corporation of China presented its advanced power grids for renewable energy. Solar leaders like Trina Solar and Longai showed off cheaper, more efficient panels. China is dominating every link in the clean energy supply chain. The message: China is building the future, not just talking about it. The scale of China's green giants is transforming the global climate fight. KTL's affordable, powerful batteries make electric cars accessible worldwide. Chinese innovation has slashed solar panel prices, making solar the cheapest new electricity in many regions. Anna Detoni, COP30's CEO, praised China's ability to deliver low-carbon tech at competitive prices. State Grid's ultra-high voltage lines transmit clean energy across vast distances, sought after globally. This technological dominance is a new form of leadership. As Li Shuo of the Asia Society Policy Institute says, the most powerful country isn't the one with the loudest microphone, but the one building low-carbon solutions. China is proving its leadership through action and innovation. At COP30, it's clear. China is not just promising a green future, it's manufacturing it. The world is taking notice. China arrived at COP30 with a major new climate pledge, drawing global attention to its evolving role in the fight against climate change. In September, it committed to cut carbon emissions by at least 7% from their peak by 2035, a significant step for a country responsible for nearly a third of the world's emissions. As the world's largest emitter, China's actions have global impact, influencing not just its own future, but the planet's climate trajectory as a whole. This target marks a shift from broad promises to concrete, measurable reductions, setting a clear benchmark for progress over the next decade. The goal signals a move away from coal and toward green industries like solar, wind, and electric vehicles, which are rapidly expanding across China's vast landscape. China is investing heavily in these sectors, seeing them as the future of economic growth and a way to secure energy independence while reducing pollution. The new target pushes Chinese industries to accelerate the low-carbon transition, encouraging innovation and the adoption of cleaner technologies at an unprecedented scale. Some experts praise the step as realistic and achievable, given China's size and development needs. Others argue it's not ambitious enough to address the urgency of the climate crisis. Sue Biniaz, former U.S. climate envoy, argues China's target could be stronger to meet the Paris Agreement's 1.5°C goal, emphasizing the need for faster and deeper cuts. The debate highlights the challenge, balancing ambition with what's achievable for a nation of 1.4 billion people, each with their own needs and aspirations. As the world watches, China's next steps will shape not only its own future, but the global climate path for decades to come. Experts worldwide are weighing in on China's rising influence at COP30. Francesco Lacamera of the International Renewable Energy Agency says, "Water flows to where there is space, so does diplomacy." With the U.S. stepping back, China's dominance in renewables gives it a stronger diplomatic hand. COP30's CEO Anna Detoni praises China's dual leadership, revolutionizing its own energy and making green tech affordable globally. Not everyone is convinced China is ready for full leadership. Sue Biniaz notes China's strengths in uniting developing nations, but questions its ambition on emissions targets. True leadership, she argues, means setting the highest goals. Li Shuo of the Asia Society Policy Institute says, "Real power is producing and investing in low-carbon tech." In today's world, industrial dominance may matter more than political speeches. The definition of climate leadership is changing. China's quiet strength is setting a new standard. The shift at COP30 matters for everyone. With the U.S. stepping back, China's practical, tech-driven leadership is changing global cooperation. China's focus on affordable green tech benefits poorer nations, making clean energy more accessible. This could accelerate the global energy transition beyond what old leadership models achieved. But new concerns arise. The world is now more reliant on China for green tech. Some Western countries worry about overdependence on a geopolitical rival. China remains the world's largest coal consumer. True leadership means accelerating its own transition. The new era will be complex, defined by both competition and cooperation. The US and China may compete in green tech, driving innovation, but must also collaborate for a livable planet. COP30 signals a multipolar era of climate action. Leadership now comes in many forms, from many places. The world must adapt to this new reality. What's next? COP30 previews the future of global climate politics. Leadership is no longer guaranteed by history or wealth. The US has left a gap that China is filling with industrial and diplomatic power. China's next moves, on coal, on investments in the global south, will determine its credibility as a leader. The Paris Agreement's success may hinge on China balancing its interests with global needs. Meanwhile, the US risks falling behind in the clean energy race. Pressure is mounting for America to re-engage, with the next election as a possible turning point. The fight against climate change is now more complex and more dynamic. China's rise shows leadership is about action, not just promises. The world must collaborate and adapt to this new landscape. The future of our climate depends on it.